What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the Canon A-1. So the Canon A-1 is my second film camera, and I bought this because if you watched the last video, I talked about my dad's film camera, which is the A-1 program. One thing that I didn't really want to do is to take this out on any and I say this because it's right here. I didn't want to take that on any adventures or anything like that and risk breaking it because it is my dad's camera. So I went out and I got an A-1, and I really like this camera. I did not expect to get as much enjoyment out of it as I have already. And one of the main reasons that I love this camera is because it reminds me a lot of the AE1, but with a specific difference. And that is the mode dial that's on the very top. And on the mode dial, you have two different settings. It is the shutter priority mode and the aperture priority mode, signified by AV and TV. And you just turn this little mode dial on the very top and you can select which mode you're in. Also, I really like the fact that it is a blacked out camera. I think that's super cool. I really like the vintage look of the black and silver, but having an all black camera is actually pretty cool. It's cool to me. I don't know if it's cool to you. Now, I've paired this camera with a different lens than the nifty 50. It is the Canon FD 35-105 f3.5, lots of threes in there. But I really do love this lens because it allows me to get some cool zooms and stick at 35, which is probably my favorite focal length, especially for film photography. I don't need to get much wider than 35. Don't really think I need to get much closer than 105. My dad did have the 70-210 f4. I tend to not use that one very much because it is a very, very long lens, but it is a cool lens. Now on the shutter speed selector, as you'll see here, you can select program, which is very similar to the AE1. So this would also be a really good first time film camera. If you are new to film photography, definitely recommend getting one of these. They are pretty cheap. I got this for around $80 on eBay, and it came with three different lenses. Not this one. This is one I've had for a long time, but it came with like a nifty 50 and a couple other zooms from Canon. Another thing I really do like about this camera is over here on the One thing I really do like about this camera is over here on the left side of the camera, my left, is a dial where you can dial in your exposure compensation as well as your ASA, which if you don't know, ASA refers to the sensitivity that the film has to light. So for instance, if you shoot with Portra 400, the ASA is 400. You also have the ability to turn on and off the LED on the inside. And one really cool thing about turning off the LED indicator on the inside is it really allows you to practice your photography a little bit more and trust your light meter or trust your eyes and really dial in that exposure that you want without having any help from the internal light meter. If you ever do pick one of these up, the first thing you should always do is there's a switch at the very top and it says A on it. And then there's a red L. Red L means lock. So no matter what you do, you can't take a photo, you can't wind it, you can't test the battery or anything like that. So flip it to A, and then you can press and hold the very top button here, and you can see that little indicator blinking there. That means that there is a battery in there and it is working. If it's solid or if it doesn't come on, probably need to change the battery. And if you want to change the battery, you can get the battery still off of Amazon, which is really convenient, but there's a little door at the very front and you can open that up, slot the battery in, and you're good to go. I'm going to be shooting some photos on this. I did just send a roll off for this camera, and that roll is basically just a test roll to see if the camera actually functions properly and that the seals are still good enough so that no light leaks get into the camera and onto the film and accidentally expose the image before I want to. So once that roll comes back, I'll be able to take this out and do some photo walks and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that. So that's it for this video. If you are using a film camera, let me know what kind it is down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you were shooting on. And if you have an A1, what's your favorite part of the A1 that you like? Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share this with your friends. And I'll see you in the next video.